Hey you guys, this is a late lunchtime live read, and this is for the general collective. And actually, you know what? Rather than this being for the general collective, what I'm going to do is pick a card real quick, and I'm going to keep it simple. I'm going to keep it really, really simple. So if you are a part of group 1, and you can go down to this, when this is over with, you can go down to the description box below and you'll be able to see the groups, because I'll timestamp them or whatever, or you can just hang out and wait and see all the groups. I'm going to do group 1. And in fact, this is group 1. Okay. How do they feel about you? And we're also going to find out what action they're going to take. So, in a minute, if I don't get one to pop, then I'm going to just pull one out. Take what resonates and, you know, what does. That should be good information or insight for you, and what doesn't, you know, just leave it where it's at. Okay, so I feel like that wanted to come out. So, for some reason, this person, they're not quite clear in how they view you, because that's the perception card in reverse. So it just seems like they're not really sure what they think of you right now. Okay, group 1. And that's not a negative thing. That just means they haven't got you all figured out. And if you ask me, I think, like I said, once that's a good thing, because mystery is everything when it comes to love, dating, and relationships and getting to know other people. You kind of want them to be curious about you, and not because, you know, simply because they don't know everything there is about you and they don't have a judgment based off of you yet. You know, that means they're going to stay interested possibly in getting to know more about who you are so they can figure you out, but they don't have you quite figured out just yet because of that perception card in the reverse. And keep in mind that you guys can get a personal reading if you want to know more specifically for your situation how someone feels about you. Just check the description box below or the comments. Father card in reverse. So we got another card in reverse, and it just, you know, the Father card is usually all about guidance. In this case, this person, they really they have no clue what direction to go with you. You know, like they don't know how to approach you. They don't know like which way to take this, you know, kind of a situation with you. And I would say it feels like maybe the person you might be asking about is someone who you may have not even talked with them yet. They may have not talked with you or spoken with you yet. It's also possible that if you have spoken with them, it's just, I feel like it's either still early stages or it's just things haven't really been clearly established yet, and they haven't gotten the chance to really know you as well, or they just haven't quite figured out, you know, where they want this to go, and also because they just don't know how you are and where you're trying to take things either. And it could also be they just don't know where they want to take things. Okay, so this card wants to come out, and it's like it wants to come out sideways. And so yeah, I feel like there's not really any real communication, or the communication just hasn't been that effective or that great, just because it's leaning more towards the reverse. I pay attention to the way cards come out, and this card came out angled sideways. So if it's like they want to communicate, but they haven't done so yet, or maybe if they have communicated, they haven't done such a good job, you know, doing so. This also can go vice versa a little bit when in regards to the communication or whatever. Communication is everything when you're trying to like get a relationship going, or you're trying to establish talking to someone that you're interested in, you know. So let's get a few more details on how they feel about you, and then we'll look at what their next move is in regards to you. And you guys can let me know how this resonates or how it doesn't, or you don't have to say anything at all. But let's see what else is going on with how they feel about you. One more shuffle here. Wow. Okay, so you know what? This card kept pushing up against my hand like it wanted to come out. And then this deck wouldn't let me push or shuffle the other cards in there. So let's see what this is. And this makes sense. This makes sense. Truth card. But like I said, I have to take this into consideration that this would be considered, you know, like sideways or whatever. So I feel like they're kind of trying to, thank you for words of encouragement for sharing that with me. Thank you. I appreciate you giving your feedback. And to those of you who are watching this reading after the live session is over, there are people in the chat, so you may not be able to see them communicating. So just know I'm not talking to myself. I'm talking to other people. Hey, say cheese for me. I miss you guys too. So glad you guys are here. Thank you for coming in. So it seems like they want to know more about you. They want to know more about, you know, I feel like they want to know more about like how they can approach you as well with the truth card. Like I feel like they want more information. I feel like they want to know, you know, also probably like what you're looking for. It could be also that you guys want to know what they're looking for, but this is supposed to be more about how do they feel. But if you find that it resonates for your energy as well, then that's perfectly fine. So it's interesting, even though there's no communication, there is some sort of desire or inclination here to want to know, you know, what's the real deal here? What's really going on? They, you know, how are they really feeling, or how are they really viewing you? I feel like they want to know more about like how you're feeling as well, or whatever. But like I said, take it how it resonates, because if they don't even know you exist because you haven't spoken to them yet, then that would be more so you wanting to know how they feel about you versus the other way around. But you got the Ace of Cups sideways. Like I said, I pay attention to positions. And lately in these readings, I've been getting a lot of sideways cards, and that means the energy can go either way, okay? It can go either way. So because there's the Ace of Cups, there's potential to know, yeah. Well, you guys should know there's potential for a new beginning to start here, or a new relationship, or, you know, let's say if this is, yeah, let's say if for whatever reason, let's say if this is someone you already know and you were talking before, but then you just stopped talking, you know. Yeah, I hear you guys. I definitely hear you guys. But yeah, you know, let's say if like for whatever reason you just stopped talking, things could spark back up again, and you could get another chance to give this like another shot in return. Hopefully you guys didn't hear my alarm. But you know, it's like you have the opportunity to start afresh again. Or if you have not established anything already, then you have the opportunity to do so. However, you have to literally, I think you guys are going to have to maybe possibly communicate. But we're going to see what the cards tell you guys in terms of what you need to do. Okay. And so I have to remember how did this come out. Okay. 8 of Rods. 8 of Rods. Oh, you heard my alarm? I am so sorry, you guys. My alarm is just telling me that I'll have to leave by a certain time. It just lets me know what's going on. I'm not leaving yet because I'm going to finish this, but this is group 1 for the pick a card. 8 of Rods here. So the way this was positioned was somewhat downwards, but like I said, angled. So I feel like, you know, the 8 of Rods is like feeling like you're not really getting anywhere, but really wanting to, okay? Because the way that was angled. So you know, the energy just seems like, I feel like on both ends that you guys may very well want to see this go somewhere, or you may want to see something happen here. But I feel like the reason why maybe it's not happening is because, you know, of course, no communication, you know what I'm saying? And, you know, that's not to like put the blame on anyone here. You know, it's just for whatever reason, you guys don't have any communication. And they don't really know how you know, they don't know how to perceive you right now. They don't have any clue what to make of you in the situation. They don't even know where to go because the perception card reverse and the father card in reverse. And like I said, we have the communication card and, you know, like sideways in reverse, where it's like communication is not really there, but it could be, or if it is there, it's not the best communication. So, let's see what their next move is, or the action that's going to be taken by them. Let's see what that is. I get one to pop. Hi, Kimmy, and hi, was that Sidant? I hope I didn't mispronounce anybody's names. Okay, so we got the Three of Cups here, angled downwards. So it looks like, let me see if I can get one more card to kind of explain what's going on. It doesn't look like they're too... It doesn't look like they're going to offer anything up here. And the reason why I say this, the reason why I say they're not going to make an offer, or they're not going to, and when I say offer, it's like they're not going to propose anything, or they're not going to reach out, or they're not going to ask you anything. Meaning, like, they're not going to, like, they're not going to ask you out, or they're not going to, like, hit you up and say, hey, what's going on? Hey, do you want to go do this? You want to do that? Or, you know what I'm saying? Like, they're not going to reach out and make like some sort of, you know, oh, okay, I can call you Sid. Okay. It looks like somebody said, hey, Carlton, it looked like someone said, can you ask a question? You can ask a question if you do a super chat, but otherwise, this is just, I'm doing a pick a card reading. Yeah, so I don't feel like they're going to offer anything right now. And it's because I feel like they just don't really know what to really do in the situation, because they haven't been communicating with you, and you probably haven't been communicating with them. And like I said, their perception of you, they just don't have one. They just don't have one. They don't know what to think, you know? Now, because you got the Four of Wands here, the Four of Wands, I kind of feel like, what can I say about that? I don't want to say that they're going to... I'm sorry, you guys. Yeah, I want to say that they may just continue to... Okay, Kimmy, I'm going to answer your question in a minute. I'm going to hurry up and finish this reading, and then I'm going to answer your question in a minute. So if you could just hang in there with me. So I kind of want to say that they're just going to continue to do them, you know, like it just appears like they're looking elsewhere in another direction. And I don't want to say they have their back to you, but it just feels like they're just kind of like, well, I'll just continue to socialize. I'll just continue living my life or whatever. I'll continue enjoying my life. So I feel like that's kind of what they're doing. You know what I'm saying? So I'm going to give you guys a couple of advice cards real quick, and then I'm going to answer Kimmy's question, and then I'm going to move on to the next deck here for the pick a deck reading for how do they feel about you in the action. So let's see what the Vice cards say. What is the Vice cards going to say here? Okay, so there's those. I'm going to take those that fill out. A lot of cards here. Page of Fire, Eight of Earth, Queen of Earth. Okay, because there's the Queen of Earth in the reverse and there's the Eight of Earth in reverse, what this is pointing out is that you guys, you're not really manifesting or working on this the way you really could. Like, because the Eight of Pentacles and stuff, that's all about working on things. It's all about doing your research, and kind of investigating things or whatever. But it's more so about putting the effort in. And the Queen of Earth, that, you know, this is my manifestation card, you know. Kimmy, right now, this was a whole, like, pick a card reading. So, but I'm willing to do, like, questions in between the pick a card decks, you know, for anybody who does a super chat. So as soon as I'm done with the advice here for deck 1, group 1 or whatever, I will definitely get to you. So this is what you guys need to understand here. Okay. You need to, if there's somebody that you're interested in, or if you just want someone who you feel is the right person. Yeah, you guys can ask a question if you know, do a super chat. Okay. So, you know, if you feel like there's somebody you're interested in, no matter if it's someone you have not really approached yet, or if it's somebody you already know, you guys are going to need to do your manifestation work. So you're going to need to think positive. You're going to need to, just visualize that this person is interested in you. Visualize you having the confidence to even approach them. Visualize you guys having a, you know, a happy, compatible situation together, but also understand that they have free will. So you could just kind of, like, you know, visualize things going really well between you and you guys having good conversations and stuff. You know, you can manifest positive energy between you and someone else that could possibly encourage them when you do approach them to, you know, feel more open to you. But you also have the Page of Fire. Okay, you have the Page of Fire. So it's pointing out that there is potential for communication here, but it's completely up to you guys if you really oh, okay, that one fell. It's completely up to you guys if you want to reach out or not. But I kind of have this feeling that if you don't approach the situation and make an effort in some form, that maybe you know, you're just leaving it to chance. But it's pointing out communication. So it's possible that this person may communicate with you without you having to do anything. But I honestly feel like, in my opinion, I just feel like it's nothing wrong with being proactive. And this person is either going to be receptive and they're really going to be interested in you, or they're not. But I feel like because they don't really know how to perceive you, they don't really know what to think, and they don't have any kind of guidelines or guidance as to what they should do next. It's just one of those things where they don't really know. So for some reason, Change the Scenery came out. So, you know, change the scenery is all about, if you don't like the way things look, then get proactive in changing the way things look. Okay. And then you have Give It to God. So this is a reverse. So it means you guys are not preying on the situation and then just allowing whatever to happen, you know. And some of you may be doing that, but it's just telling you, just give it to God, give it to the universe, and then let it, you know, let things work out for you. But you can also, like I said, be proactive, okay, in the situation. I'm going to pull one more card here for advice, and then I'm going to answer Kimmy's question. And then I'll do the rest of the pick of cards. Wow, that's a lot. That's a lot. What does it say? Okay, so you guys have keep an open mind, but it was a reverse. So that means some of you guys may be a little closed-minded about how to go about the situation, but it's telling you keep an open mind because this person, they may differ from your usual type and expectations, and they may even, you might even be different than their usual type and expectations as well. And so for that reason, you might have to keep an open mind and be patient with them, because you never know that might be the reason why they don't know how to perceive you and how to approach you, you know? Like you might be totally different from the type of person that they're used to dealing with, okay? You also have, express your love. Okay, so it's okay to go ahead and make the romantic gesture is what this card is saying. So you see what I'm saying? You know, I was thinking that you guys would want to be more proactive. And then you also have worth waiting for. So you guys could have been questioning, is this person really worth holding out for or having patience for or whatever? My thing is I don't believe in holding out for anyone until they put a ring on my finger, okay, kind of thing. And so I advise you guys the same thing. But if you're not sure if they're worth being patient with, then, this is telling you, because being patient is different from holding out. Okay. Holding out is like literally not allowing yourself to be free to talk to other people and date because you're waiting on someone. Never just wait on someone in that regard unless they put a ring on your finger. Okay. But it's telling you divine timing is at work in your love life. Okay. So you may have to have patience with this person, you guys. Okay, so that was group one. That was group one. I'm going to go ahead and answer Kimmy's question because she did do a super chat. And then I'm going to move on to group two for the pick a card read. And then I will only do a group three if I actually have time for it because I will have to go pick up my son at that point. Okay, so Kimmy, your question here. Let me slide back up to your question. You know what? Let me just click on that. Because I keep seeing you guys ask if you can ask a question. You can ask a question if you do a super chat. Okay, so it says BJ has been MIA lately. Show me that again. What's going on with him? Okay, so let's see what's going on with BJ. What's going on with him? What's going on with BJ? What is going on with BJ? Why has he been MIA? Okay, so that one wanted to pop. Okay, that's kind of vibe there. What's going on with BJ? Okay, there's another one. The more cards I pull, the more sense it makes. Because it all paints a picture for me intuitively. What's going on with BJ? Why has he been MIA? There we go. There we go. All right. Let's see. Okay, so what I'm looking here at victory, exhaustion. Okay, so to me it looks like, and I think I want to pull one more card from one more deck. It looks like he's just not, it looks like he's just not feeling that great. And when I say he's not, it just, let me see. This is kind of odd energy here. This is very odd. Try to move forward. Yeah. I want to say like he's trying to, yeah, like it looks like he's just not in his best energy right now or something. Like he just, I also kind of get like when I see the victory card reverse, it's kind of like he feels like um he's not being somehow acknowledged or appreciated in some form, or he's just not like feeling like he's doing his best for some reason. And what's interesting about this is yeah, he doesn't really know what to do about it. He doesn't really know what to do about it because he has a lack of knowledge, a lack of understanding, a lack of wisdom as to how to really move forward. I feel like he may want to move forward, but he doesn't really know how to. And I feel like he doesn't know how to take a bad situation and turn it into a good one. So I don't know what's happened between you guys, but it looks like he's kind of lost some sort of hope or faith for some reason. Like I feel like he wants the situation to get better, like he wants the situation maybe to work out, but I just don't really, it's like he doesn't really see how he can do that. I'm gonna pull like maybe one more card here and see how it comes to the situation. This card wants to come out so bad. Okay, Five of Swords. Okay, so it's kind of almost like he feels like he wants to overcome whatever is going on here, but he wants to do so without having to really put in the effort. It's like wanting to win without having to really fight, wanting to win or get things to go your way without having to really put in the effort to some extent. And with this particular card, it also could be like he wants things to go a certain way. And it could be kind of like, it could be kind of like, but it's a way that it doesn't look good. It doesn't look good to others. Like others will question it. I don't know if any of this makes any sense to you. Let me know if this makes any sense to you because I really do not know this man. I don't know this man. And, it just looked like there's something going on here, though. It is. Oh, really? Okay. I got the separation card, so there's definitely no communication. That's showing that right there, but unfortunately, we got the traction card here that came out in reverse. I kind of get the sense that he doesn't know how to just appreciate. I just got this strong feeling here that because this will be the second time I have an issue with appreciation here. Okay, this would be the second card that points that out because it's the attraction card in reverse. But what I'm looking at, what stands out to me here, is this is someone stopping to smell roses, and this person, it's like it's almost like that person when you see this in reverse is somebody who doesn't know how to stop and smell the roses, meaning they don't know how to appreciate. They don't know how to appreciate things. They don't know how to appreciate even the smaller things or the simpler things in life. And the victory card in reverse, it's like the same thing, feeling like there is a lack of appreciation, a lack of acknowledgement, a lack of, you know, um, a lack of someone giving credit as well. But this feels like a lack of appreciation for whatever reason maybe. So I don't know if you guys were already involved to some extent at some point and then you felt a lack of appreciation or they did. But this is apparent that this is the energy going on here and it feels like they've lost hope. and they've lost faith in the situation. They don't know how to turn a bitter situation into a sweet one because of the prayer card in reverse. There's wanting to move forward, but not really having the wisdom or knowledge how to do so. Now, what's interesting, the exhaustion card in reverse. So I feel like the energy is there to be able to do something about the situation, but they really would prefer to not have to go through a bunch of changes to turn the situation into a valuable one. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is the Ten of Pentacles. This is like wanting whatever they touch or put effort into to turn into gold, meaning wanting it to turn into something valuable, wanting it to turn into something that they feel will benefit them or something they feel is prosperous or good. But I feel like their effort, I just feel like the effort, they're not, either they're not sure how to put the effort in, or they're not willing to put the effort in, because I feel like they want things to go the way they want it to go, but they're not really sure they can because of it being questioned as to how they want things to go or why. Okay, so I'm just going to leave that at that. Hopefully that made sense to you. I didn't see what else that, I don't know if you said anything else or not. Did you say anything? Let me look. Okay. Oh, you said you're just friends. We have a good convos, but he's just kind of disappeared. Okay. Okay. Yeah, I think it's just something going on in his situation, and how that really pertains is it's kind of a little bit elusive here, because it doesn't really, I feel like it's just something going on in his life. You guys, I'm gonna go grab my car battery, not my car battery, but my phone battery. If anybody else has, if anybody else wants to ask a question, I'm taking questions if you're doing a super chat. So I'm taking questions for super chats. Otherwise, I'm about to do another group for the pick a card reading for how do they feel about you in the action that they're going to take. Okay. Let me give you the advice card, Kimmy, because actually it probably would be helpful to you if you have an advice card. So let me give you an advice card real quick, because I just thought about that. Let me give you some quick advice. Oh, okay. 2 questions there. Not questions, but okay. So you got started new, but it also says tell the truth, but in reverse. So that's pointing out that you may not. I really should have put this on Do Not Disturb. You guys, I'm gonna go get my my charger before my phone cuts off. Okay, as I was saying before, because I don't want my phone to cut off, I was saying, Kimmy, that it's pointing out that you have the opportunity to kind of, influence the situation to start back up again, for you guys to start back talking again. But but with the tell the truth card is in reverse, so you're not really speaking up and telling him, and you need to tell him how you feel. Okay. I'm going to put the do not disturb mode on. I cannot believe I have never had so many interruptions. It's not even funny. It's like ridiculous. How many interruptions can I get? Okay. Hopefully no more interruptions. But, yeah. So you're going to need to speak up, Kimmy, and just let him know that you're concerned that he has not been speaking to you. Okay. What's going on here? Wow. Okay. It seemed like the power went out for a second or something. That's so weird. Okay. So I'm going to go ahead and do group 2. If anybody wants to do a super chat, then you can ask a question. You guys can ask a question if you do a super chat. And a super chat, I think, is a minimum of $2 on the system. I'm not quite sure. Wow. Okay, it seems like the power keeps going out. Goodness grief. Okay, so I'm going to do this really quick then before my phone and the battery just completely cuts off. It's unbelievable. Unbelievable. Seriously. Okay, why is the power keep going out? If this power don't stop going out. Okay, I'm back, you guys. So I'm gonna hurry up and get this done because the power keeps going out in my area for some reason, even though it's a beautiful day. It's ridiculous. But yeah, how do they feel about you? What action are they gonna take? Okay, so group 2, they're feeling insecure about you. Okay, they're feeling insecure. They're feeling insecure. They're not feeling very confident. Okay. Why does it keep saying it can't charge? Wow. Does the power keep going out? Well, if this cuts off, I apologize, you guys. I'm going to shuffle this one more time. There's a card. Okay. So they're not feeling very confident. They could be feeling very insecure, not having the best self-esteem. They could be letting something get to them in terms of like, they could be letting their conscious speak to them, and it may not be their greatest conscious speaking to them. It may be them really thinking something that really doesn't make any sense. They have this, but oddly enough, they have the suffering card in reverse. So it feels like they're improving or they're getting better. That just is the oddest information. I'm going to pull one more card from this deck. Oh, it's saying the battery temperature on my phone is too high. That's why I can't charge. Wow. Okay. And it seems like they're in denial for some reason. That's a lot of cards. That is a lot of cards. Let's see what else is going on. How do they feel about you? One more shuffle. Okay. Yeah. They're also feeling kind of frustrated, and it seems like they're just not they're not really like, they're not too clear if things could, I don't know if they're not too clear if things could work out between you guys or whatnot, but they seem frustrated or angry in some form. They could also be guarded, by the way, with the insecurity card there, because like they're protecting their heart in that card. Okay. They're not really feeling like they're not feeling too bothered either for some reason. Like, this is probably the weirdest reading I've ever seen. So for those of you who have picked group 2, you please let me know what's going on here, because it doesn't quite make any sense to me. By the way, you guys, if the phone cuts off, it's because it keeps saying my phone is hot. Not exactly sure why, because it's not exactly, there's no reason for my phone to be hot. You guys, I'm only doing personal readings if you do a super chat or if you go pay for a personal reading. The readings that I do on this channel are already free, and you know, for the most part, you know, if it is your reading and it resonates, I think that's sufficient enough, you guys. Okay. Otherwise, if you guys want a reading, you know, to be personalized to you, you can either do a super chat here right now, or you can, like I said, after this, you can go pay for a personal reading, and I'll do a personal reading for you personally. Okay. I don't really charge a whole lot. They're worth it. And there's no particular amount you have to do for a super chat if you decide you want a question answered. But I'm getting a lot of you guys asking for a question, but I only do personal readings either for a super chat or like literally for what I charge for a personal reading. If you book a personal reading, you get, you know, the reading done the same day or the next day. Anyway, back to the reading, guys. Back to the reading. So let me just see what else is going on in their energy, and then I'm going to pull an outcome card in terms of their action that they're going to take. So yeah, it feels like for some reason they feel like they're being, this is probably the weirdest reading. So you guys let me know how it, you know, it resonates or makes sense, either in the comments or in the chat, if you're still here while it's live. But this is the Devil's card. So this is like someone, and this will be the second time the devil appears though, okay? The devil also appears in his insecurity card. So it's like they feel tempted. I want to say this person feels very tempted somehow by you, but at the same time, like they're not, this is weird. This person has very, very conflicting energy. I have never seen this before a day in my life when it comes to doing readings. It's like this person is feeling like they're being manipulated by you. This is more than one narrative, okay? Here's the first narrative. Either they're feeling manipulated or tortured by you, but somehow they're able to, you know, not let it affect them or let it bother them too much, okay? Or they're feeling frustrated by it. But I feel like they're not feeling frustrated because this is in the reverse. So I feel like no matter what's going on, like if you're either trying to tempt them or they feel tempted by you, but they're not letting it get to them, or you may be, you know, doing something that makes this person feel tortured, but they don't feel bothered by it. Okay. They just don't feel bothered by it. So it's the kind of energy where they either are feeling tempted by you in some form, but they're not giving in, or they feel like they're being pressured or tortured, or, you know, like somebody is nagging them or giving them hell for whatever reason, but they're not allowing it to get to them. They could be lusting after you, but they're not allowing it. No, not lusting after you, but you know what I'm saying, you guys? It's kind of like there's a certain pressure that they may be feeling. So they either, like I said, they're, you know, feeling tempted by you in some form, but they're not letting it get to them, or they're trying not to. Or you could be trying to put pressure on them, but they're trying to not give in. Okay, if any of that makes sense. And it's almost like they feel like they never are going to give in, right? But they're also trying to figure out what to do about the situation, because there's a need for them to use their intuition. They may already be using their intuition. Okay, so I'm just going to pull an action card here and see what comes up for action. This is like the most bizarre energy I've ever seen. It's like this person is either feeling tempted by you, but they just refuse to let it get to them or bother them, or for it to or for them to give into the pressure, or they could be feeling manipulated by you as well, or feeling like you're picking with them. And don't feel offended, because this is how they feel. You may not be doing anything to them. Okay, you may not be doing anything to them, but this is somehow how they feel. You have people out here who play victim, you know, but they, you know, that's how they feel. Okay, so we have the World card here in reverse. Okay, so this is pointing out that they're not going to take any action to see anything go to the next level. Okay, so wherever you guys are at with them, that's where you're at with them. Okay, I'm going to pull a vice card real quick, but whatever is going on, they got this devil energy here. And like I said, devil energy is either temptation, or it can be, like I said, feeling manipulated and controlled. It also could be, you know, like I said, feeling like someone is trying to get at you, but they're not giving into it. But they, and it's almost like they're also trying to turn a blind eye to it, or they're in denial about it. I think they're in denial about the fact that, you know, they either are trying to act like they're not tempted by you, or they're trying to act like they're not bothered by you, or they're trying to act like they're not um, interested, or they're not afraid of you, whatever it is, you know. Um, so it's almost like they're putting on the front, but at the same time, they may actually be trying to resist you guys, okay? Whatever it is, they're trying to resist you. Know that much. That's what makes sense. And they're trying to trust their heart, follow their intuition, but it doesn't look like they're going to escalate anything or make any action to see this situation go any further, okay? Let me pull an advice card here. Like I said before, because I'm seeing you guys come in and asking, you know, if you can ask a question. I'm only answering questions for those who do a super chat, you guys. Okay, so what's interesting is you guys got the vice card that says stick with it. It's like whoever this is that's trying to resist you, I kind of feel like they're trying to resist you because they really don't know how to feel about you, but they're trying to figure out how they really feel about you. And they're trying to put on this front like they don't feel anything for you for whatever reason. Or like they're trying to resist you, but it's pointing out that if you kind of like stick with the situation, they will, you know, they will put forth the effort. So this is pointing out true love. This is a romance of a lifetime. Okay. You're asking, okay. All right. What's going on between Samuel and you? Okay. So that's the advice for group number 2. I'm going to go ahead and answer the super chat question to Claire, because I don't want my phone to cut off before I can do it. Okay. How do you just ask again? I'm sorry. Okay. What's ahead for Samuel and I? Thanks. Okay. What's ahead? What's ahead? I'm praying that my phone doesn't cut off because it keeps saying it's hot. Let me see here. That card wanted to come out because it presented itself. Okay, here's another one. Okay, so what I'm looking at here is it looks like I feel like there is stability and nurturing ahead for you guys. Because with the Queen of Pentacles there, she is a very nurturing type of person, and she is stable and secure. Okay, so I feel like what's ahead for you guys is that you will have a nurturing type of situation with each other, and it will feel like a secure, comforting type of situation. However, be aware that, you know, there may be some burdens to bear here. And I don't know if that's going to be like emotionally, or if it's going to be like burdens in regards to feeling restricted with what can really come out of the situation. And this card wanted to come forth as well. But you have, this is the Two of Pentacles in reverse. So I feel like if you guys manage to not find yourselves trying to juggle and balance things, that what you will find is this security, this stability with each other, and the nurturing type of situation. to pull a couple more cards for you. I'm going to pull a couple of ice cards for you, and so you can get some advice. So you got the forgiving and the learning card here. And so it's saying as you release and heal the past, you experience more love in the present moments. Okay, so I feel like that has a lot to do with whatever the burdens are of your personal relationship with him. Okay, and this is saying turn the light on, but it's in reverse because I feel like you guys are not really I feel like you guys need to make sure, because the advice is to be read and upright. So it says turn on the light. And this couple, they're standing here on this hill together and they're holding hands. Okay, and they're looking out at the world. So these two people have come together and they have decided to look at things for the way they really are. Okay, they've decided to find that balance with each other, you know. So I feel like if you guys just make sure to communicate well with each other in terms of what it is that you're both seeking and expecting from one another, and make sure that you guys find yourselves on the same page with one another in terms of you both being agreeable to what it is that, you know, believe in, what it is that you're seeking, what it is you want with each other, whatever issues you guys may have. Okay. But yeah, that's your reading there. Hold on here. I'm getting so many things, you guys, popping up on my screen. I'm so sorry. So many things popping up on my screen. Okay, you're welcome. Thank you for the super chat. Okay, so I'm going to jump to, I'm assuming it's safe for me to do a group number 3 because my phone hasn't cut off on me yet and I still have enough time to do a group number 3. Though this will be quick. This is group number 3. How do they feel about you? Yeah, okay. Hi, what's that? Marilla? No, I speak a little Spanish, but I'm not fluent in Spanish. I have family members that are fluent in Spanish, but I'm not actually one of them. Okay, so I have it's like the gratitude card in reverse, which is kind of odd. The miracle card and the complacency card. And I've never seen so many cards in reverse, but depending on what the other cards come out, oh, you're welcome. It depends on how I'm going to interpret that, because I really didn't get to finish shuffling that deck. A lot of times the way those cards pop out, even if they were in reverse, if they're not supposed to be read in reverse, they usually do pop out again. Okay, so let's see what we get here for gratitude, complacency, miracle. Let's see, how does this make sense? And honestly, I'm going to say that miracle card, it looks more like it's in the reverse. So the energy could be anything. So we have creativity as well. That's a lot of cards. That's a lot of cards to come all out at once. I'm gonna point out the first one. The others I'm gonna flip back over because I did not want that many cards, you guys. That's too many cards. Take what resonates, you guys, and if it doesn't resonate, you know, that's okay. No worries. Okay, so I feel like for some reason this energy is similar to the last group. I feel like this person is coming out of some sort of depression or some sort of disappointment here. They're coming out of this low season, and I feel like whereas they may have been complacent before, they're deciding to be more proactive right now. They could be aware that maybe they were not showing much appreciation here, or maybe they felt like you weren't showing them appreciation, or maybe they feel like, oh, Emma, you know, I only answer questions for super chat. So if you do a super chat, I can answer your question. Um, but whatever this is, it looks like they feel like it's going to take a miracle to come out of this place of lack of appreciation. Okay. I feel like they are, um, for some reason, I feel like they feel judged or criticized for some reason, but I also feel like they may be trying to look more closely at the situation and analyze it, to see how they really feel about you. And I feel like they may even be trying to get creative here, with maybe their approach with you, if they're thinking about approaching you, or they may be trying to be more expressive, or able to break out of the mode that they were in before. Let's see if I get one more. Ooh, I feel like these both want to come out. So yeah, for some reason they may have felt like you were not handling yourself in the most graceful manner. So maybe they could be feeling like you were nasty or mean towards them, and that you didn't really show them much kindness or appreciation or gratitude for some reason. And I feel like they may feel like you guys are probably not meant to be, or that maybe you might not even be destined. And if you guys, I feel like if they do, it's like I feel like they feel like if you guys are meant to be together, it would be a miracle. But they're just even questioning that, okay? But whatever the case is, it's like I feel like they feel like they're realizing some things, and they're just kind of like, you know, like they want to look more closely at the situation, or they want to kind of really look at how they're viewing you. And they may even be trying to find different ways to figure out how do they really, really see you. Like they may be trying to get creative on finding out the truth. Because I also feel like they have a need to seek truth about you, because they have an understanding of truth being important here, and needing to know what's really going on here in the situation, which is pretty interesting. So there's communication here. I feel like they're going to want to communicate. They desire to communicate. If they haven't done so yet, I feel like they may want to. Oh, interesting. Okay, so before I can finish shuffling, this card fell out on the ground. This is the Knight of Pentacles. So I feel like they may want to offer or bring something of some sort of value to you, okay? They may want to offer something, okay? And I don't know, it feels like they're feeling like things haven't gone the way they hoped, in terms of wanting to see things come to fruition, okay? So I feel like there's going to be some sort of communication, and they may want to offer something to you, okay? They may, like, this is how they feel, at least. Even if this does not happen, this is how they're feeling. So what I'm going to shuffle for is an outcome card, in terms of the action they may take. And let's see if the action they're going to take is going to match up with the way they're feeling. So like I said, it looks like they feel like communicating, and they feel like communicating, offering something of some sort of value to you. But so it feels like they're not completely giving up hope on the situation. It could have also been that they didn't show you appreciation, and they were being judgmental, and they weren't showing a lot of kindness or grace towards you, because they weren't sure if you really were the right person for them. But they're deciding to no longer be complacent and coming out of that kind of energy, and really wanting to see the truth, and trying to figure out creatively how can they communicate with you, and to bring you something valuable, or to offer you something. Because so far they don't feel like they've had a whole lot of luck or success with manifesting what it is that they feel like they want to manifest with you, and they probably feel like it would take a miracle for things to, you know, turn around and work out the way they would like to see it work out with you. It's interesting how once all the cards are on the table, everything is so clear to me, even the way they are on the table. Okay, so what can I get as the action they want to take? Where's the action? Where is the action? Where's the action? In a minute, I'm just going to pull one if it doesn't pop. Yeah, okay, there we go. Okay. So, what's interesting is here, this is the, why can't I think straight? Page of Cups. Page of Cups. Temperance card. These all fell out. Eight of chalices and the moon card. Okay. So the action they're going to take contradicts how they feel. It doesn't, you know, from that standpoint, they're not going to emotionally offer you, you know, this cup of emotions. Meaning they're not going to communicate how they feel about you. It looks like they're contemplating if they should have more patience or not in the situation, and if they should be more, it looks like they're trying to see if there's any reason for them to have hope in the situation or not. And I feel like they're going to try to have patience and hope and stay optimistic, but I feel like that's going to feel kind of like it's going to be teetering from them back and forth and kind of like wavering, because they don't feel as confident about it. And I feel like I said, they're going to try to figure out, do they need to move on from the situation completely, or if they need to find a way to move forward. You guys, if you want a question answered here in the chat, just do a super chat there. Otherwise, if you want a personal reading, you can book a reading with me at Pretty Tarot. You can just email me at prettytarot@gmail.com, and you can inquire a question there, but you need to make sure that you pay for the reading first. So if you go to any of my other videos that I have up and you look in the description box or the comment section, you will see how to pay for a reading with me. You can either do it through Cash App or PayPal. And that would be like paypal.me/prettytarot. And Cash App would be Pretty Spiritual. Okay, so back to the reading. I feel like they don't really know if they're going to be able to figure out what's really going on here in the situation. Because I feel like they feel like you may either be hiding things from them, or they feel like they don't know everything there is to know about you. So the advice here is to, if for any reason you made any errors or mistake with them, is saying to clean up your mess. So if you want to clear that up, if for any reason you were, not the nicest towards them, then you may want to go back and try to clear that up, okay? It's not to say that you're to blame for anything in a situation, but to this other person, they feel like maybe you were not the nicest or the kindest to them. Whereas it could have been the other way around, or it could be both ways, where you feel like they were not the nicest or kindest to you. But sometimes we have to consider, did we do the same thing, you know? But this is saying, don't sweat the small stuff. You know, don't make a big deal about it, because this is meant to be read in the upright, but it was in the reverse. So it means you guys may have been feeling like it's more serious than what it is, but it really isn't. So don't let small minor details get to you. Okay. And let's see what other cards we have here. This one to come out. Okay. What's interesting is this says this situation involves marriage or a wedding. Okay. Now, I don't know if it means that this person is about to get married and maybe you're not aware of this, or if you're married and they don't know about this, or if it's a situation where if it's a situation where maybe you guys might have the possibility of getting married one day. or if you are considering marriage, or you know you want marriage. Don't be afraid to speak up and, you know, make them aware of this, okay? So, that's real interesting. I'm gonna see. I'm gonna pull one more for advice. And it says flirt. Extend your lighthearted energy to, okay? So don't be afraid to, like, show them that you like them, show them that you're interested, and, you know, to be flirty is to be nice, you know, in a lot of ways, to be, you know, complimentary and things like that. And maybe that's what they're seeking, you know, because maybe they don't know how you feel about them. Maybe they're very unsure of how you feel about them. Sometimes all it takes is letting a person know. But take what resonates and what doesn't, you know, because these are all general readings, and even though they're pick a cards, everything is not going to resonate with every single person. Okay, so I have to go pick up my son, and I will be back later on to do a reading, to do another reading, you guys. And if any of you guys want to come back and be in that reading with me, I'm answering questions for a super chat. And the super chat is whatever you select. So, you know, I think the minimum is $2 or something like that. Okay. But if you guys want a full personal video reading where only you can see it and it be just specifically for you, you guys can email me at prettytarot@gmail.com, and you can either pay for your reading through Cash App, or which is Pretty Spiritual, that's me, or you can do it through PayPal, which is paypal.me/pretty tarot. And the general basic readings is $25, and then the more extended longer readings where it's like answering more of your concerns in further depth or whatever is $45. Okay, so I think it's like for 20 to 30 minutes is $25, and for beyond that up to an hour is like 45 or whatever. But I appreciate you guys. Thank you for the likes and the subscribes. If you're new, I gotta run, gotta pick up my son, but I will be back. It's about to be 3 o'clock here Eastern time in the US, so I will probably come back on around I want to say 4 o'clock, maybe sooner than that. Okay, so I'm trying. Let me look at the chat real quick to see what I miss. I don't know if I missed anything else. Okay. All right. So I'm gonna run out of here, you guys. I'll be back around 4 Eastern US time. Appreciate you guys. Peace.